now he's back. Next on segment 2...
Oh, Godzilla!
2 looks back on the bittersweet career of literally the world's biggest movie star. His name is Godzilla. 1985 marks his 30th birthday, and over the years he has been feared, loved, and then sadly forgotten. In 1954, Japanese director Ishiro Honda wanted to make a modern monster movie patterned after King Kong. Unfortunately, stop-motion animation, the usual method of bringing giant creatures to life, was a complicated and expensive process. But Honda realized he could achieve a low-budget version of the same effect by filming a man in a dinosaur suit tromping on miniature buildings. It still ran 30 times the cost of the average Japanese film, but after 6 months, it was ready.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters!
Godzilla was a huge success, winning many awards. Some even considered it to be the second greatest Japanese film, following The Seven Samurai. Before the movie was released in the U.S., however, the American distributor tried to disguise its Japanese origin by hiring actor Raymond Burr for one day to shoot new scenes to be spliced into the existing footage. The finished product looked awfully silly, but the American public didn't seem to mind. The film made millions and spurred the great horror film revival of the late 50s. Dozens of imitators followed: Rodan, Mothra, Gamera, Ghidra, but Godzilla remained the most popular. He was a reptilian Hulk Hogan who never shied away from a good fight. His bouts included Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. The Thing, and my own personal favorite,
Godzilla versus the Smug Monster.
He appeared in 15 films, and in the 60s and 70s he was a worldwide star. But a change had occurred in the big guy's personality. The towering titan of terror had become a scaly Lone Ranger, protecting Tokyo from repeated assaults by less cultured behemoths. He settled down and had a son. He even starred in his own Saturday morning cartoon show. In short time, he had become a wimp and a joke. He was still fairly popular, but only with kids who saw him as a benign big brother. Finally, in 1977, his last fans deserted him. Godzilla's lovable but hokey adventures just couldn't compete with the technical brilliance of Star Wars. Godzilla had become a relic, retiring to Monster Island with his gigantic tail between his legs. He's been gone for almost 10 years. But don't worry. Put away your handkerchiefs. This isn't a eulogy. There are strong indications Godzilla is on the verge of a major comeback. With age comes a certain amount of respect, and lately Godzilla has been getting noticed in some pretty ritzy circles. Madison Avenue has given him a vote of confidence. People magazine featured him right next to Ted Kennedy and Cher. And in San Jose, the Gray Box Gallery is having a showing of original Godzilla movie posters, many priced over $100 a piece.
There has been tremendous interest. I don't have an exact number on the number of people who have come, but it has been extraordinary by gallery terms. And indeed, the response I've gotten is one of tremendous wonder. You know, this is the first time that someone has seen this character in a gallery context.
Brett says the exhibit has drawn people of all ages, from the casually curious to die-hard fans and lifelong collectors. What did your parents think of your obsession?
Well, they thought it was a phase at one point. They said, oh, it'll pass. And that was about maybe 10, 12 years ago. So.
Now you're trying to explain it to your wife.
That's right, yeah. Now I've got a whole new person to explain to.
And what do you think is the allure of Godzilla after all these years?
Sort of the mystique that Burt Reynolds or Clint Eastwood has, you know, over women. It's something incomprehensible. It's just there, you know. It's just
magic.
Something awe, some magic, exactly.
So it's his personality.
Yeah.
his lizardness.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in San Francisco, Forma on Haight Street is doing a brisk business with their collection of imported Godzilla memorabilia.
We've gotten a tremendous reaction to the Godzillas. People seem to remember Godzilla from the 1950s and have almost a nostalgic reaction to it, similar to a Gumby. In Japan, in fact, Godzilla is cherished in the same way that the Americans cherish Mickey Mouse.
Forma stocks Godzilla lighters, Gamera games, and monster figures of all sizes and prices. This is your most popular item right here?
Right. This is our medium-priced Godzilla. He's everybody's friend.
And how much does this run?
This runs about $16.
$16. And I guess this is the one the rich kids buy, huh?
Right. That's the giant Godzilla there.
And how much does he run?
He runs about $140. This is Godzilla. This is a mechanical Zoid that's somewhat like the Lucasfilm Star Wars Landwalkers. But it's a kit. It takes about, an hour to put together. That's a little sparking Godzilla. You push it, and the torque creates a sparking flame out of the mouth, and then it speeds along the floor very quickly.
Good stuff. But the biggest news by far for Godzilla fans is his resurrection in a new film released in Japan last Christmas and scheduled to open here later this year. It's basically a remake of the original movie with state-of-the-art special effects in Dolby Stereo. And in this one, Godzilla's got his teeth back, a king-size villain terrorizing Japan just like the good old days.
Never know when Godzilla will be back for another surprise attack. It's the Godzilla game. Only the winner will escape Godzilla's jaws.
He's got my spaceship!
It could be you the next time he shows his face. You'll never know when Godzilla will be back for another surprise attack.
I won! I beat Godzilla!
The Godzilla game comes complete with all you see here. New from Mattel.
Get set for 50,000 tons of trampling terror all day long as the king of the monsters goes on a non-stop rampage. The Monster Mash begins with a legendary Godzilla versus the Sea Monster next.
Tonight, TNT Monster Vision goes to the match, to the link, breath and death of the sporting world to bring you Godzilla Championship Wrestling. All night long, Godzilla will face some awesome challenges to decide who is king of the monsters during TNT Monster Vision's Godzilla Bash 94.
The name's Zilla, Godzilla, and I run this town. When punks and space aliens start moving in on my turf, I ain't afraid to throw my weight around.
Get him, Godzilla!
The damage is horrible.
When you see us, you better show some respect for Godzilla Incorporated.
At the new home.
New Year's weekend, TNT unleashes a rip-roaring end-of-year Monster Vision Bash. Saturday, Giant Mutants hammer Tokyo all night long. Sunday, Godzilla crashes the party. It's a two-day bash guaranteed to bring down the house. End the year in a big way. Rip into a weekend of Monster Vision. Next on TNT.
I was afraid to love you, but now I want more of you. Your tender touch meant so much to me. I can't stop thinking about you. No, I can't live without you. I just alive when I'm in your arms. Turn on your love light much brighter. Baby,
きの？
恐竜のでしょうか？
モスラです。モスラの卵です。
あなたたちは？
私たちはコスモス。
コスモス？
皆さんがこの地球上に姿を現す前から住んでいたものです。モスラやモスラどんがんかさくやいのむとびた
大ヒットだな。この子たちをアルトモグループのイメージキャラクターにすればマスコミの話題は独占だ。
あれがバトラか。
ゴジラ。まさか。
ゴジラだ！ゴジラだ！どこに？
死ぬのじゃありません。幼虫の時間が終わっただけです。